So condensed version of Trade Centre UK issues. Bought a car from them in October. They missold the warranty to me. They said you can use the main dealer, and you like for servicing and stuff and repairs, and you can't. You've got to use Halfords Auto Centre. They told me, well, there was a big sticker on the car saying £149 a month. By the time I signed the paperwork, like 5 hours later, it had gone up to 177. Didn't explain that to me other than the fact that I signed the paperwork and saw it on the paperwork. So that was obviously like mis-selling as well. The car that I bought turned out to have a 3-month MOT and 3 missed services. The service book had been taken out of the car, and the only reason I found all that out was because I went to Skoda to ask for the electronic servicing information. The 99-point check that they do when you first buy the car, everything was ticked, tick, tick, tick. Oh yeah, we've serviced it. You know, they clearly hadn't. I didn't have any running problems with the car until I made lots of complaints regarding the lack of service history and maintenance of the vehicle, saying that I wasn't happy with it and I wanted to send it back. They tried to resolve that by giving it a full service at the Coventry after sales. After they'd fully serviced it, the car has never run properly again. So they fully serviced it, gave it back to me, and it was juddering, stunk of petrol, engine management light was on, EPC light was on, really loud ticking, like so I mean, I'm not a mechanic, I do know a little bit about cars, so what I'm guessing is that they've not seated the spark plug properly and there's air getting through, petrol fumes, or they've broken a spark plug and a bit's dropped inside, or they've damaged the cylinder or the thread or something. But they had it back to try and fix it. They replaced a coil pack that was broken. The car ran okay for 3 days, broke again. Basically, I ended up had the car for like 6 weeks, and for the last 4 weeks it's sat on my driveway undrivable. They're not interested. You try and ring them, they don't answer the phone. The phone, I don't even think, rings through to the office. You go up there and ask them for a courtesy car, for them to fix your car. They just tell you that the courtesy cars are not available. I don't think they actually even have courtesy cars. Yeah, so I live an hour away, and I have been up and back to Coventry 3 times, sat in the office for hours and hours on end. Spoke to various different disgruntled customers that came into the office at the same time as me. You know, it's just all been a nightmare, and this car at the end of the day is undrivable. It's an £8,000 car. I paid a large cash deposit on it and the rest on finance. Everyone's told me to reject the vehicle, go through the finance company, but unfortunately the finance company who I'm with, Startline Motor Finance, have been absolutely useless. They don't appear to be on my side at all. They're telling me they've got an 8-week window to investigate my complaint. Quite happy for me to be without a car for 8 weeks whilst they do I don't know what. Trade Centre UK, I've asked to inspect the car. They asked me to go and drop it off, and I said I can't drop it off, it's undrivable. It's taken them 3 weeks for them to ring me back and tell them that they can recover the car. So they're now doing that after Christmas, and they can't apparently look at it until January. It's like nobody seems to care the fact that, you know, I bought a car. It's a lot of money for me monthly. I've given all the cash that I had towards it. It's supposed to be a reliable car to take my kids to school. I am registered disabled. I've got 2 small children. I don't have any way to get them to school. You know, nobody actually cares. It's all just like, oh, you've got to give us 8 weeks, you've got to give us 8 weeks. And I thought, well, no. You you know, it's not really good enough when I've only had the car for 6 weeks anyway. Clearly they broke the car when they serviced it. Not admitting to that. I have had my own report done from ROC now, independent vehicle report done. It was an advanced one, it cost me £300. And they confirmed all the faults that I have been sort of saying myself, with the misfiring, the engine management light on, limp mode, ticking, petrol smell, etc. But they also found a major gearbox oil leak that must have been there when they sold me the vehicle, and it's very obvious as well. If you get underneath the car, you can see where it's leaking. 3 of these shock absorbers are leaking oil, which would be an MOT failure. So effectively it means the car's unroadworthy, because if it went for MOT today it would fail. The bump stops at the back are completely non-existent. There's a start-stop fault as well. So, you know, several things that were apparently ticked off. Oh, the front tyres as well. The steering's out of alignment and the front tyres on the inside are bald. So, you know, they would have seen that, but still they've ticked it off on the 99-point check. So, you know, the finance company have not been helpful in the slightest. I've given them so many emails and phone calls telling them in official terms what I intend to do. I want to reject the vehicle. They're not interested in the slightest. So what I've done is I've filed a case in small claims court now. And Startline Motor Finance have until the 3rd of January to respond to that. So far I've not heard anything, other than this morning I got an email saying, thank you for your patience, it's now been 4 weeks, we have another 4 weeks. And I thought, I've sent you court paperwork, I've sent you numerous complaints, and they have not responded to any of that, but yet, thanks for your patience, you're at the 4-week mark. You know, absolutely crazy. Still got a broken car in my driveway. Just avoid them at all cost. You know, they try and change your reviews. I put bad reviews on Trustpilot and they had them removed, saying they were malicious, and I had to then verify with Trustpilot and all my receipts for the work that I've had done to get those reviews put back on. So that's how they get rid of their bad reviews. And yeah, just a terrible experience. I'd never ever recommend it. And you know, hindsight, it was the most stupidest thing to have bought a car from a place like that. I know that now. Lesson learned, but don't make the same mistake. Go to a reputable dealer. Ask the right questions. Don't assume that they do things properly or that you're getting the car that you expect, because you know, there's too many people out there scamming and getting away with it. So I'll update you once it's all gone through court. A little update on the Trade Centre UK saga. This is the car that I bought in October from Trade Centre with a large cash deposit and the rest on finance with Startline Motor Finance Limited. The car, after I think 4 weeks, developed faults which made it undrivable, including a gearbox oil leak, engine management light on, juddering, smell of petrol, etc, etc. The details of the independent vehicle report I had done are on the previous post. So I tried to reject the vehicle through Trade Centre and through the finance company. Neither wanted to know. The finance company were not backing me. They were telling me they had an 8-week window to look at my complaint. So I decided to go straight to the small claims court, and I put in a claim for my deposit back, as well as the payments that I'd made towards the car, the report that I had to have done myself, the insurance and petrol that I've spent going up and back to Coventry. Yeah, so I put that in. They had until the 3rd of January to reply. They didn't reply. So I requested a CCJ from the court. They have now processed that, and it is on their way to Startline Motor Finance Limited. So they are very soon going to receive the CCJ in the post. As soon as I get that through the post, I'm going to bump it straight to the High Court, to the bailiffs, or to the High Court enforcement officers, if you like. And I will be getting my money back. Trade Centre UK have the vehicle back already, because they came and collected it from me after Christmas. They've done their own report. Surprise, surprise, they don't agree with mine. And they've said that because it's a serviceable item that the problem is with, they're not accepting the rejection. And guess what the problem is? The spark plug, which is what I said all along. So those 2 times that they had it in the workshop and I told them it was the spark plug, they completely ignored me, cleared the codes and mugged me off. So, you know, they had the chance to fix it. My car sat on my driveway for 6 weeks, undrivable, because of a spark plug. You know, it doesn't give you any confidence to want to carry on with the company, does it? So they've got the car back. I'm not picking it up. I've taken the finance company to court. I'm waiting for the bailiffs, really, and that's the update.
So it's just an update on the Skoda fiasco with Trade Centre UK, Coventry and Startline Motor Finance. At the end of the last video, I said I'd been awarded a CCJ by default through the Small Claims Court against Startline Motor Finance. They got their solicitor onto me, who sent me a few emails telling me that it would be set aside and I need to agree to them setting it aside and the car will be fixed and returned to me. And I said, absolutely not. Shove it up your ass just because you're negligent and couldn't be bothered to respond to the court proceedings. That's not a reason for it to be set aside. So I said no. That then ended in them paying the CCJ in full. So I have had my money back. The car is still with Trade Centre UK. Hasn't been fixed because I've not authorised it. I don't want the car back. All I'm waiting for now is I've asked the solicitor to get them to agree to uphold the rejection. So until then, I keep getting letters from Startline asking me to pay the arrears and charging me £15 per letter that they send me, which is absolutely ridiculous because I'm dealing directly with their solicitor. But yeah, so that's what I'm waiting for. So I've had my money back. So in essence, that's a win, but still I need the contract to be cancelled. So I'm getting there slowly.
So I'm sure you've all been on the edge of your seats waiting for an update about the Trade Centre UK fight that I've had. I bought my car back in October 2023. It developed a load of faults. It was undrivable. They tried to fix it numerous times and actually made it worse. So in the end, I went through Startline Motor Finance and started the vehicle rejection. They pushed back against that. So did Trade Centre UK. Neither of them would accept that I was rejecting this vehicle. It went on and on and on. I started the rejection thing on the 27th of November. And yesterday, the 11th of March, finally, I had an email confirmation that my finance contract is now cancelled and void. Any adverse or derogatory things that they'd put on my credit file are going to be removed. The car I don't need to get back. That's now back in the care of Trade Centre UK. I've had my money back through the CCJ, so that's it. That's the end of it. So as of yesterday, I won. So have some of that, Trade Centre UK, because honestly, it's been such a long, tough fight. So many people would have just, you know, quit or had a mental breakdown, which I was very close to. It's been absolute madness, but I've done this all on my own. I've done this with no solicitor, no legal help. I have literally done this on my own, and yeah, I've won. So it can be done. Just be incredibly stubborn like I am, and eventually you will win. So final word, don't ever, ever, ever go to a shit company such as Trade Centre UK to get a car. Don't be like excited by the whole car shopping day out. It's just absolute bullshit. Go to a reputable dealer, check Trustpilot, and be careful who you're getting your finance through as well. So good luck everyone in your own fights, because I know that there are probably thousands going on right now, but can be done.